Hello. We discuss about this air microbiology part 2. Myself Professor Kamthani DC from Department of Microbiology, Shri Guru Buddhi Swami College Purna. Next, droplets, droplet nuclei and aerosol we have to discuss. These aerosols are the spray of these droplets, and these human being and animals, these release these droplets from the mouth and upper respiratory tract, and these are released from their mouth and respiratory tract by the sneezing, coughing activity of the human being and the animals. This droplet having saliva and mucus with the microorganisms. A single sneeze may contain the bacterial number 10,000 to 1 lakh. The size of this droplet, it is 100 micrometer. When it comes in the environment, the moisture which is present in this, it get dried and the size of these droplets decreases, and this droplet nuclei having the size 10 micrometer or less. These settle at the surface level, and when there are the wind currents, these are carried for the large distance. Then, now we discuss about this enumeration of microorganisms in air. This air is one of the basic need of healthy life, and this air which is required for the respiration purpose, it must be totally free from dust particles, chemicals and microorganisms. This air may have the phytopathogenic fungi and bacterial spores. This air may contain the different human pathogens, especially Mycobacterium tuberculosis, when the air it is from the hospital area. The air also having or contain dust particles, pollen grains and other impurities. There are various methods which are used for enumerating the microorganisms from the air. Special devices are there, but the commonly used methods are the settling plate technique, sieve device, slit device filtration coming under this impingement on solid media. Another method, that is the impingement in liquid, it is also there. One by one we have to discuss. Impingement on solid media. These microorganisms are impinged directly on the solid media, and the colonies develop after the incubation period. These techniques such as settling plate technique, sieve device, slit device and filtration comes under this impingement on solid media. First, settling plate technique. This is the simplest method to enumerate the microorganisms from the air. The nutrient agar plate, that is sterilized up, and the sterilized nutrient agar plate, it is opened for the air for 1 minute and incubated for 24 hours. These microorganisms along with the dust particles, they settle on the solid media and they multiply during the incubation period, and after this they produce the colonies. The number and type of colonies appeared indicate the microbial density in the air. This method gives only an idea about microbiological quality of the air. Next method, this is the sieve device. This sieve device, this is in this a known volume of air is forced through a funnel-like apparatus having small pores. The porous inoculation disc has a diameter just less than the diameter of the Petri plate. The Petri plate contains the nutrient medium, and is kept on a rotating stand and complete rotation is made during the inoculation. Plates are incubated at room temperature for 24 hours. After incubation, the colonies develop and the colony characters such as shape, size, pigment, elevation, opacity, consistency are recorded. Gram's nature and motility of the pure culture is also studied. Next method, this is the slit device. This is similar to the sieve device except this is having a narrow slit instead of the pores. Petri dish containing an agar medium is placed below the sampling device and measured volume of air is drawn through it. Airborne particles with microorganisms impinge upon this agar surface. The plates are incubated for 24 hours. After incubation, colonies develop and these isolated colonies are studied for the colony characters, Gram's nature and motility. Next method, this is the filtration. In this, the membrane filter device used for filtration of the water samples. This can be used for the filtration of the air. Polypore or millipore type of the membrane filters are used for the filtration of the microorganisms from air. The membrane filters are removed from the assembly and plated especially on nutrient agar and potato dextrose agar. These plates are incubated for 24 hours at room temperature, and after this the formation of colonies are there and the pure cultures are studied for morphological, cultural and biochemical characters. Next, impingement in liquid. This is also known as the bead bubbler device is used. This air is pumped through a narrow tube with micropores on the opening into the liquid medium in suction flask. Aliquots of the medium, these are inoculated on this plate count agar and potato dextrose agar. The plates are incubated at room temperature for 24 hours. After incubation, the colonies are developing and the colony characteristics are noted down. This bead bubbler device, this is having the beads, and these beads are used for separating the clumps of these microorganisms which are present. Next, air sanitation. There are two methods, physical method and this chemical method. Physical method, in this dust control, UV radiation HEPA filters are used, and in chemical methods, formaldehyde, beta-propionolactone and ethylene oxide it is there. First, we have to see what is the definition of this air sanitation. The different methods are used to remove or kill the microorganisms in air by specific physical or chemical method, and it is called as the air sanitation. First, we discuss the dust control. There is removal of the dust in rooms, cabins and halls having the microorganisms from the air. Dust found in homes, offices, schools, factories and hospitals. These arise from beddings, clothing, books, carpets, etc. The dust along with this microorganism is removed by regular practices like sweeping with brooms or vacuum pumps. Then this is followed by using detergent like Lysol, phenol or phenolic compounds. One more important thing it is there, proper ventilation of the room is also essential to decrease indoor microflora of the air. Then next, UV radiation. UV rays are invisible radiations present in the sunlight, and these are filtered by this ozone layer. These UV radiations having the wavelength 150 to 3900 angstrom This radiation with wavelength around 2650 angstrom. This is having highest bactericidal efficiency. UV rays are widely used to sterilize the hospital operating rooms, aseptic filling rooms of industries and dairies. Mode of action of this UV rays. UV radiations are highly lethal for the microorganisms, and these biomolecules, the nucleic acids, are most sensitive to the radiations and undergo denaturation. This DNA causes single strand break, double strand break, damage to nitrogen bases and dimer formation, that is thymine-thymine dimer formation, and in this way there occurs the death of the microorganisms. Then next, this laminar airflow system, it is used having the HEPA filters. These are having the HEPA filters, laminar airflow, and these fibers. These filters are composed of the fibers glass filters with pore size 0.5 to 2 micron. The filter provide filtration of smaller and particles and microbes that the pore size having 0.5 to 2 micron. This horizontal and vertical type of laminar flow, these are present. There is also a UV tube, it is there in the laminar flow. The tube, it is made on for 5 minutes before starting the inoculation procedure. Care must be taken that strictly avoid the contact of UV with hands and other body parts. The UV tube is made of, and the glass door is opened. Gas burner is also provided in the cabin to sterilize nichrome wire loop, glass rod, glass spreaders, forceps, etc. Then next, that is the chemical methods in this formaldehyde. Formaldehyde, this is the simplest compound in aldehyde series. It is at a room temperature, it polymerizes and present in the form of this solid. At elevated temperature, it get depolymerized to form the gaseous condition. In the market, the formalin it is there, and it is having 37 to 40% formaldehyde. This formaldehyde, both in gaseous state and solution, has high antimicrobial activity. These combines readily with the vital organic nitrogen compounds such as proteins and nucleic acids and inactivate them. In this way, there occurs the killing of these microorganisms by using formaldehyde. Next compound, that is the beta-propiolactone. This is good gaseous sterilizing agent and having wide spectrum of antimicrobial activity. It is sporocidal, fungicidal and viricidal. This is highly effective against microorganism. 2 to 5 mg per liter of beta-propiolactone is required to kill all types of microorganisms. These inactivate the proteins and other biomolecules, and there occurs the death of the microorganisms. Next one, ethylene oxide. This is one of the best chemical antimicrobial agent used to control the microorganisms. This exists in liquid state below 10.8 degrees Celsius, and above this it get vaporized. These vapors are highly inflammable. To avoid the danger, it generally mixed with carbon dioxide or freon, and this decreases the inflammability. Ethylene oxide causes alkylation of organic biomolecules such as enzymes and other proteins containing sulfhydryl groups. This is unique and powerful sterilizing agent. It is very effective in destroying microorganisms on the surface. It has remarkable penetration power, hence it is suitable to sterilize large packages of the materials, bundle of cloths and even plastics. Also having broad spectrum of activity against microorganisms including spores of bacteria and fungi. Thank you for your listening.